What is Pfizer? It is the top criminal biopharma company in the world, with a long and dense record of crimes that we will see shortly. Before the World War I, Pfizer made its business from antiparasitic drugs. Then they are able to extract citric acid by fungi fermentation. Before 1950, Pfizer developed mass penicillin by such fermentation skills. Between 1950 and 1980, Pfizer keeps reproducing oxytetracycline instead of penicillin, so they start to expand globally. Between 1980 and 1996, Pfizer worked in diflucan, oral antifungal, Zethromax or azithromycin, antibiotic, and Viagra chemical for high blood pressure. In 1996, FDA starts to approve any drug from Pfizer, any drug including antidepressants, unclear treatments for Alzheimer's disease, and antihypertensives. Then in 2006, they stopped the treatment suddenly with a profit of $3 billion. In 1997, Pfizer co-markets with Warner Lambert to produce anti-cholesterol. Then in 2011, they stopped it suddenly as best-selling with a profit of $125 billion in 14 years. 2000 onwards, Pfizer has overtaken 4 criminal pharma companies: Warner Lambert in 2000, Pharmacia in 2003, Wyeth in 2009, and recently a company called American Home Products. And since 2000 till today, Pfizer and its subsidiaries became the largest criminal pharma violators in the world, with a total of $10,193,896,333 in a total of 75 crimes since the year 2000 only. The penalties are more than doubled from the year 2020 to the year 2021. Pfizer recorded the highest penalty in the world with an amount of $2,300,000,000 in a single crime. But recently, authorities announced the outcome of a case raised in 2002 to be the highest penalty ever, which is $3,750,000,000 in a single case. Here is the violation tracker for the top criminal companies in the USA. Violation tracker, parent company summary. Pfizer, headquartered in New York, and it's a biopharma. And the total penalty since 2000 only is $10,193,896,333, with a number of criminal records, 75 since the year 2000. And as you can see, here are the top 5 offense groups and the top 5 primary offense type. So the top 5 offense groups: safety-related offense, healthcare, government contracting, related competition and environment. And we have here the total penalties and number of records each. And the top 5 primary offense types: the first is a drug or medical equipment safety violation, which is 9 records of a total of $5 billion plus, and off-label or unapproved promotion, it's 10 records of a total of $3 billion plus. False claims, that is the highest, 19, with a total of $1 billion plus. And foreign corrupt practices, 60 million plus. And environmental violation, which is also higher, with a total of $4 million plus. And those are the subsidiaries of Pfizer and their individual penalty records. So here, the highest ever is American Home Products, which is a subsidiary of Pfizer, and it's in drug or medical safety violation with a total of the highest ever is $3,750,000,000. We have here other false claims. We have $784 million. We have different type of crimes here. So you have false claims, you have kickbacks and bribery in 2009 with a total of $331 million. There is drugs and medical violation of labels. Lots of false claims are here. And we have environmental violation, benefit plan administrator violation, consumer protection violation. We have price fixing or anti-competitive, etc. So if you want the details of each case, you can simply click on the penalty, like that. So now let's read from the Wikipedia in January 2021, because this information has been manipulated immediately after the vaccine rollout. So let's have a look in the political lobbying. So here, Pfizer is a leading member of the U.S. Global Leadership Coalition, which funds American diplomats, etc. Pfizer is one of the single largest lobbying interests in the United States politics. You can read. Pfizer lobbied against New Zealand getting a free trade agreement with the United States, etc. Scott Gottlieb, who resigned as the US FDA Commissioner in April 2019, joined Pfizer Board of Directors 3 months later in July. So, conflict of interest. Here, 2000 to 2010, 15,000 patients, more death occurred in the group. This is a clinical trial has been done in Nigeria. And here in September 2009, Pfizer pleaded guilty to illegal marketing of arthritis drug Bextra for unapproved by the US FDA. And it's the largest health fraud settlement at that time, 2.3 billion settlement. If you know that someone in your city is a criminal, will you eat or drink with him? People will say you are a criminal. So, will you accept an injection from him? People will say you are stupid. So, will you give him yourself for experiments? People will say you are really crazy. Think. Pfizer uses Nigerian children as guinea pigs by experimental drugs. In a camp of 15,000 children, they killed 11,000. The rest either became permanently disabled or ill. Now, watch these videos for more information.
The last hurdle of a decade-long compensation claim battle. 17-year-old Shamsu undergoes a DNA test to prove he's a victim of a failed drug trial by the pharmaceutical company Pfizer that happened 15 years ago in Kano State, Nigeria. 11 children were killed and several more injured when Pfizer tested out a drug called Trovan on 200 children. The drug was supposed to treat a deadly regional outbreak of meningitis.
And here is a award for the Pfizer chairman and CEO who refuses to take the vaccine because he is healthy.
59 years old, in good health. I'm not working in the front line. So my type is not recommended to get vaccination.
And here is the FDA website. And it's under counterterrorism and emerging threats. So it's terrorism. Remember, very important information that reveals all the Pfizer corona vaccines documents, including fact sheets, package inserts, and regulatory information. And you can read in different languages. And here is for both Comirnaty, which is the new name for the vaccine, or so-called vaccine, and Pfizer BioNTech. And here is the Comirnaty information and fact sheets for Pfizer BioNTech and translations. And you can see here Comirnaty information, package inserts, etc. Approval letter. It's not an approval, it's an authorization. And then CDC issued emergency use instructions. And this is for the BioNTech. Also for healthcare providers and for recipients and other regulatory information. So those mindless has to read these documents before they talk with the people. And finally, Pfizer will never be forbidden nor blocked by the USAHHS or any of its children, FDA, CDC, NIH, and all other authorities that play games under the table of the HHS, because it's simply their business by depopulation and continuity of the modern bio-chemo medical business.